welcome to Tech Tuesday. And today's topic, I'm going to be going over TrueVision, some updates that we did last week on Wednesday morning, and we made some changes to the application, so I wanted to show those real quick. So let me do that. Going right here. There we go. So I typed in there, you see my stream, so I think you guys probably are seeing my stream right now. I got a notification from someone that they were not seeing that. So anyway, so we did some updates to TrueVision, and I was going to go through what these were. I had January in there because that was when it actually took place. We're obviously in February now, but so one of the things that we did was we added a OFDMA or something on the modem screen that you can see that, and then also in the history. And I think it might have been working for some devices, but not all of them. So what we had to do is we had to go in and if it wasn't in the normal place that we would find it, we had to search for that and grab it from another spot. So I think we were able to do that for most devices. And let me go ahead and make that bigger so I can see it. And oh, thanks, Nate. Nate says he can see my stream now. So welcome, Nate. Welcome, Ilama. Thanks for joining me, you guys. Right here, we're looking at a device, and you can see this particular, wrong place, this particular channel right here is an OFDMA channel. And we don't have any code word errors on there because that's not something that makes sense with OFDMA, so that's why you see that looking like that. And you can click in the history area up here, right there. And then you'll also see that on this screen, and I think it defaults to all if I remember, but I went ahead and selected that particular OFDMA channel, and now I can see the history for that. I'm looking at 24 hours, but you can look at live if you want to, watch it stream in live, 7 days, 30 days, or 90 days. So that's what that is. We also added a live option to the ONT screen, the drill in, which we didn't have before. As you could see, we did have that on the cable modem screen, but we added it here. So what that looks like, oh, I was going to show something here. I thought this was interesting. This is an ONT screen, so you can see a picture of the device here, and you've got the relevant metrics that we're collecting on that. I have some things blurred out here, including the customer information. Normally you got your customer name, address, etc. here. And I've got, looks like a issue right here with, what is that? I can tell, receive optical signal. Okay, I've got that, and I've got operation status down here. This train speed looks like it might be a little bit in an alert stage. So I've got some issues there. But I thought this was an interesting device or customer, because they've got both a cable modem and an ONT. Here's where they're located, and this would be, right now I'm looking at the ONT, so this would be nearby ONTs, I believe. You can see this one is marked as red, probably because of that. And it also got a cable modem. So one of the nice things about TrueVision is it's multi-platform. So I can select the cable modem by just clicking that device, and then I basically pull up the cable modem that's at that address. And you can see in this case that's marked as a yellow, so probably because of that. It also has some code word errors though on this cable modem here, and you can see there's more cable modems surrounding that particular device. But again, if I want to go back to the ONT, I just click that. Go back to the ONT, and what I was going to show you here was the live that's up here. So when you do the drill in now, so this is my port info here, and I've got gig E1. I could select other ports there if they're available. I'm looking at slides today because these are live customers. I didn't have access to our trial or demo database right now, so I'm showing, I basically was showing a live system, and then I took screenshots of it, and then I blurred out information like this. So when I click that, I get what I would get before, which is all of my different metrics here, and I could scroll down and get a whole bunch more stuff, but this is basically defaulted to 24 hours, which is the default when you click in the history. And I can look at 7 days, 30 days, and 90 days, but now I've got this live option. So if I click the live option, when I do that, it's going to go blank basically, and now these little data points are going to stream in every 5 seconds or so. So each one of these is like a 5-second poll that you would see coming in. And these again are just screenshots. And you can see some of the data just as flat, which, you know, for one, maybe there's no multicast on here, so that's flat. Or in other cases, it might be errors and it would show flat. But this is all broadcast kind of stuff or data transfer, so you're seeing that. then I scroll down a little bit, and you're seeing the same thing. I scroll down some, you're going to see some of the data is going to be flat because it might be errors or those kinds of things. As I scroll down further, things that are, maybe 0 is good, right? Or it's something that's not enabled on that device. So again, that's live, and you can watch this stream in as you go. It's a nice troubleshooting option if you're having issues with the device and you want to see what's happening over time, what kind of data transfer is happening over time, or if there's any errors, that kind of thing. Let's see, added a new subscribers report that lists all subscriber info, their account status, and configured packages. So we sent an email out that's got these bullet points in it, and what I'm showing today are the kind of the things that are visual to you. There's other things under the hood that you'll see in that email where we reconfigured some things and changed up, updated Java, did some other things to help improve performance. So a lot of that, you might see it in the performance, but you don't really see a screen, so it's not anything I can show you. But here we added a new subscribers report that lists all subscriber info, their account status, and configured packages. So that would be up here under reports. So you would click the report little button up here. When you click that, once you click that, you then get this button, and you have to click that as well. And when you do that, you'll get a list of all the reports. And here you see the subscribers report. So if you click that, you get lots of different things that you can select here. I went ahead, and you can filter on any of these. You could leave it blank and run and see everybody, or you can select something. So I said, well, why don't I select an address? And I picked one that I knew was in this area, and I picked just Hillcrest, and I ran that. And again, when you select something, when you go in and select one or more things, you have to make sure you hit the run button over here. Once you've got it selected, you hit the run button. And then I pulled up that information again. I've got a lot of stuff on here blurred out: name, city, state, etc. And then you can see all of these customers are filtered by this Hillcrest. Doesn't matter whether it had Avenue on it or not, or whether it was the number was in there or what the number was. So I was just basically filtering if the address contained that. That's what I filtered on right there. And let's see, next, I just wanted to point out that anytime you see a report like this, and there's a ton of them, as you can see, you have the option of saving it as CSV or as a print. Oh, you can print it. So you could print this report if you wanted to. And also, I guess that's not on this report. On a lot of reports, you can map the devices that are on it as well. I don't think that's on this one here. So let me go back here. I got that. Added a new service packages report that lists the number of devices configured for each service package. So that looks like this. So again, I have to go to reports. Again, you can see all of the different reports on here, and I'm going to select the service packages report as I did earlier when I took the screenshot. You would select, I think you might be able to leave that blank. In general, this is going to be just your affiliate name, although if you have more than one locations that are separated out in TrueVision, maybe you've got multiple regions or something like that, then you might have to drop, if you want to see just one, you could pull that down here. But again, there's not much to select here other than that. So you're going to click run. And the idea of this is just to see, we're porting a lot of what is in affiliate management into the system, because we're making kind of the path is that we're going to start using CenterVision to be where a lot of the affiliate management stuff is, so that you could see your packages right here. So you can see a list of all of the packages, and a lot of these are not used. We can see they got zeros in here, but in others we've got, and they could be ones that were set up before and then just not used anymore and were never taken out of the system. But you can see we've got several here that have got customers in it, and you can select one. I selected this one just to see, and when you click that, then you'll see all of the subscribers that are on that particular package. So you can see here, this is the 200 meg by 20 meg package. Again, most of this data I've got blurred out. In some cases, there's not a phone number, so I just left that as an NA, but if there was a phone number, I blurred that out. And so that's what that looks like. And you can see, again, you've got other filters that you can go in here if you wanted to now filter based off of that. Let's see, because I'm pointing. There we go, okay. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything that I was going to point out. No, looks good. Okay, so next, device summary report. So some of you may have, when we did the update, you might have been like, where'd the modem summary report go? Because that was really helpful. Well, in the email that we sent, we said that we replace the modem summary report with this device summary report because we wanted to add more information, not just make it about cable modems, and also add some filters. So you can see here we replace the modem summary report with a device summary report that shows not only cable modems but ONTs and DSL devices if you've got those in your plant. Added multiple filters, including account status, vendor, model, node, active leg, last poll time, which I'll show, address, etc. to the new device summary report to allow you to better extract device info. So again, I go to reports, and I'm going to be selecting the device summary report, and then I've got these filters that I can play with. I could hit just pretty much run, but you can also, again, you'd select the affiliate if you've got more than one, but you've also got assignment, any assigned or free, and that would be whether this device is assigned to a customer or not. Then you've got any type of device or cable modem, DSL, or ONT. So you can select one of those or any. You've got vendors. You can select any of these vendors in here. And then what I did was I went back here and I selected ONT. I was going to look at the report from that. So I said, let's just see ONTs. And when you do that, you'll get some additional selections here. So you can select the OLT, or the access concentrator that's connected to. You can select account status. That would be on hold. So actually you can select, it's like an on hold report. If you wanted to see any customers that are on hold, and that would be, you wouldn't have to select ONT, for example. You could select it for all, but that would be people that you put on hold if you put them on billing hold in our system, and you have the ability to do that. Or if we put them on hold, depending on what kind of services you're getting from us, if we see that, if we're doing mail for you guys and we see that somebody's sending spam, we can put them on hold for that and then let you know that they're on hold for spam. So you can select that as well. But I went ahead and selected ONT, and then when you do that, you can select a model. And I went ahead and selected this one right here. And then I hit run, like you have to hit run. And then you can see, so this is the 4 devices that match the parameters that I selected, which would be that particular ONT right there. And then you can see here it also has the last polling time, which I'll be getting to here in a minute. So that's an important aspect of this report. And let me see what I have here. I think what I went in was I went back and I selected any for anything. So I was going to see any device, any vendor, and now I'm going to select some polling times. And the use case that I was told that a lot of people requested, there's a couple of things that this could show you or reasons you might do it, but I think one that was requested was, let's say you had an ice storm come through in early January and knock the power out for a couple of days at a lot of homes. And when that happens, I'm told, I wasn't aware of this, but when that happens, if the CMTS doesn't see a device, depending on the type of CMTS, it could be 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, it will then eventually kind of throw it out. And it'll say, I guess they took that out of the plant. And then it's gone, right? It's still sitting in the customer's home, but the CMTS doesn't know it's there. So you're out there trying to figure out, you get the power back up, or the power gets back up, and you're trying to figure out, let's see, who do we need to look at? And who were the customers that were impacted. So this way you can pick a date range. So I picked, let's say we had an ice storm January 3rd through January 7th. So I selected those dates. And then what I get, you can see I've got my last poll time now being these devices right here. So, and I can scroll down. I scrolled down a little bit because I was noticing on the report, normally what you would see, there was not an ice storm here, but if there was, you might see a lot of devices that still have a customer information, like an address. Like here, I've got 2 of them. I got one there and I've got one here. And these are both showing, this one here and this one right down here is showing as active. These others are NAs. So what I'm really probably seeing here during this date range are devices that were just taken out of the plant. So these are devices that are sitting in a truck. They're not on the CMTS anymore. So they're not showing up as they're on the CMTS. So you can look at devices that you've taken out that are sitting in a truck, and you're just seeing basically the last information that we have on that as far as last polling time. And in this case, again, since they're not in here and there's no customer information, more than likely these customers were removed, and therefore there's no customer name, no address or anything like that in the database. But in this case, we had a couple that were showing right there and right there as active. So this, I think, would be more likely what you would see. If you had an ice storm, you might have a whole list of these that have customer info, and then you can click on these and see what's going on. So I clicked on one of them. When I did, you could see it did pull up the device, and it pulled up, it showed they had an address, and it's showing the device right here, but you can see it's offline. So this particular device, what was that? It's been offline. I clicked on this bottom one. So offline since January 5th, basically, and here we are almost in February. We are in February 1st. So this device is still showing that it's at this customer, but it's been offline all of that time, and the last time it pulled was back in January 5th. So this could be a device that was pulled out of the customer's home, but the account was never deleted. It could be something like that. Or again, if this had been an outage, then you could go in and you could look at the device, and you could see, though, there's nothing really going on in here, but you can see where it is in the map. You could pull up the devices on the map, and you can then kind of figure out where you are, where you need to start if you had something like a power outage. And there might be other reasons that you want to look at that. So that's what that last polling date is. So that would be it. That I think was important as far as knowing what was going on in that TrueVision update. So again, there were some other things under the hood that improved performance. Hopefully you've seen those. Some of the things on the charts, for example, when you pull them up, we refactored some things so that we're only pulling certain data that we need when you click on it, so that it's not having to load a whole bunch of stuff that you're not looking at. So there's other improvements there. Again, if you got that TrueVision update, we send that to all TrueVision users. You can look back at those items and see what those were. But hopefully this was helpful. If it was, give me a thumbs up on the video. Go ahead and subscribe to our channel if you're not, and click the little bell. I talk about technical stuff on here every Tuesday. Might be broadband news or some other kind of technical information. And then every day I'm doing a broadband deployment news, which is just talking about what's going on with broadband deployment with all of the federal funds that are coming out from the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, and there's other federal money available through ARPA, those kinds of things. So I talk about that every other day, not at 3 o'clock, just at various times. So if you subscribe and click the bell, then you'll be notified when I'm live, and you can watch it then, or you can watch it later when it's recorded. So thanks for joining me. I hope you guys got something out of this. And I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.